So these are the different modules of Kronos,
Okay.
and Kronos has different versions as well. Okay, so the versions of Kronos are starting from like 6.0, then 6.1, 6.2,
Mm-hmm.
6.3, then 7.0, 8.0, and 8.1. So these are the
Okay.
different versions of Kronos. So
Okay.
the
What?
difference is only in the navigation. Okay,
Okay.
so the functionality will be same, only the navigation will be different in all these different versions. Okay,
Okay. So what I mean, like, does companies use the latest version, or so are the companies
8.1
using
is the
this one?
latest version.
So the companies are using this one at the moment.
uh, like
It
not sure.
depends.
It depends which version they are using.
Okay.
Okay,
But this is the latest version,
8
8.1.
8.1 is the latest version, but company
Okay.
might be using, some companies might be using 6.1, 6.3, some might be using 7.0.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. So then the next thing is the clock. Okay, so what is a clock? So clock is a device or a biometric on which employee can punch. Okay, so
Okay.
it's a device where employee comes into the organization for their
Okay.
day-to-day job, so they can punch onto the device and their data, their in and out data is getting populated onto their time card.
Okay.
Okay, so that clock is called a device, or the device is called a clock.
Okay.
So how Kronos works, like see, the data comes, all the employee information comes from an HRMS system. Okay, the HCM
Okay.
system, uh, which might be the SAP, which might be the Oracle or PeopleSoft. Okay, these are the HRMS tools from which employees data will come into Kronos. Okay, it is integrated with Kronos. Then
Okay.
yeah, then Kronos will have the time and attendance data, and for payroll processing, Kronos will send this time and attendance data to the payroll system like ADP payroll. Okay,
Okay.
so this is the integration process. So Kronos is a tool which is integrated with HRMS tool as well and the payroll tool as well.
Okay.
So
Integrated with HMR and
HRMS tool and payroll tool.
So basically, HRMS contains Oracle and SAP like employee data, and then
Right,
that
right.
is sent to Kronos, which has time and attendance data. Then
Yes,
eventually, it goes to the payroll tool.
payroll. So it
Okay.
depends like which tool the company is using. So Kronos also has its HRMS tool and the payroll tool, but most of the companies are using Kronos as only the time and attendance tool.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
and the modules which I told you, like the time and attendance, workforce timekeeper, then workforce scheduler, advanced scheduler, and forecaster. So from
Mm-hmm.
this, you will be mostly working on the time and attendance and the timekeeper module. Okay,
Okay. The first two, time and attendance and
and
timekeeper.
timekeeper. These are the important modules of Kronos where you will be
Okay.
working on it.
Okay.
Then you know the versions of Kronos, and the next thing is the clock. So clock is a device or biometric on which employee can punch. So
Mm-hmm.
these are the devices which are installed in the premises of any organization, which if that organization is using Kronos, then there are some devices installed in the premises where employee comes into their scheduled shift and
Mm-hmm.
they are punching onto the devices. So their time and attendance data is getting calculated.
So
Okay.
this is only on-premise application. It's not off-premise. It'll be only on-premise.
Yeah, it's on-premise application.
Okay.
what does that mean, Piyush?
It, it means like you need. It's not like on-premise or off-premise. Systems are installed on premises. Okay, the clocks are installed on the premises of the organization.
Oh,
But
okay.
yeah,
I mean,
but
like it is installed on the physical device or physical computer which you are using, rather
yes,
than installed somewhere on the data center. So it will be installed on your physical device, right? Physical computer.
not a computer. It's a device.
Mission. Maybe the
Yeah,
It's a
mission.
machine. Yeah,
machine. It's a
machine.
machine. It's
Yeah,
a
machine.
machine where employee just punch, like they
Tab.
can punch or their biometric, or
Mm-hmm.
they have the swiping cards. Okay,
Okay.
so likewise they can punch onto the device, and with the help of that device is connected to this Kronos server. So
Oh, okay.
because of that, the data is getting transferred to the time card. Okay, it's getting populated into this server.
Okay.
It is connected to the server.
Mm-hmm.
So it is for the you can if some employees are like working from home and they are not punching onto the device, then also the data is getting calculated. Their manager or they can put their data into their time card. Okay.
Okay. It's a
So
manual entry
yes, with a
instead
manual
of
entry.
swiping the card. Okay.
Yeah. So there are two types of clocks in Kronos.
Okay.
One is the 4500 clock, and the second one is the in touch clock. Okay, these are the two types of clocks.
Oh,
Can you say it again, please?
Yeah, one is the 4500,
Mm-hmm.
and second one is the in touch clock.
In touch.
In touch clock.
clock.
Okay.
So what is the difference between these two clock is the 4500 clock is like your old ATMs, where you have a screen, and beside that screen you have different buttons to select the functionality. Okay,
Okay.
and the in touch clock is a touchscreen clock.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, this is
Yeah.
the only difference between that, and each button you can configure different functionality. Okay, with the devices. So if you press that button, what will happen? That functionality you can configure for different buttons.
Okay. So in touch clock is more user friendly rather than the old
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
uh, 4500.
Right, right. But
I think
more,
so.
but many of the companies are using this 4500 clocks as well.
Okay.
Then the next thing, like the screen which you can see right now is the Kronos 8.1 version. Okay.
1 point. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Here you
I
can
see
see
that.
the version of Kronos, and it's
Mm-hmm.
the 8.1 version, which is the latest one.
Mm-hmm.
So when you log in into Kronos, so Kronos login screen will look like this. Okay,
Okay.
you will be getting a URL provided by your organization. So
Mm-hmm.
this URL is different for different organizations. Okay, it is as per their server.
Okay.
Yeah. So there are three types of logins in Kronos. The one login is the employee login, where employee can log in into Kronos and he can see his time cards. Okay,
Okay.
he can see only his time card. Then the next login is for managers, where manager can see time cards of the employees under him. Okay, all the employees under him.
Okay.
He can see the time cards of all the employees under him, and he can approve the time card as well. The approve option, only manager will have the approve option. Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Yeah. Then the third login is the super user login, which you will be having this super user login. Okay. This is for the setup and configuration of Kronos. So
Okay.
this login is just like the admin login, where you
So
will
we
be
will
having,
be using this login, super user
yes,
login.
yes. You will be using this login.
Okay.
Being a Kronos consultant, you will be using this login.
Okay.
So the username for super user is a super user, and the default password will be Cronites. Okay.
Oh,
Default password will be what? Cronites.
Kronites, Kronites.
Okay.
Yeah, this is the default password, but oh, like you can use the password given by your organization. Okay, if they have
Okay.
given something else, you need to use that. But if they have given you only the username as super user, then you need to use the Kronites password.
Okay.
So once you click on this, you will be redirected to the Kronos application. So with super user access, okay. So super user will have all the access. He can see all the employees time card, and he can set up all the things in Kronos, and he can configure all the things in Kronos. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So once you log in, the 8.1 version screen will look like this. Okay.
Mhm.
So as I told you, the difference is only in the navigation, where the screen of 6.3 version will be different, the screen of 8.1 will be different.
Okay.
So in
So every version has a different screen and different options.
right,
Okay.
options will be same, but that are located somewhere else.
Somewhere
Like,
else. Okay.
yeah,
Sorry.
like these options are here, the people editor and audits and all the quick find and all these options are here in 8.1,
Mhm.
but that option in 6.3 will be here. Okay, the
Okay.
6.2, 6.3, 6.1 will be here.
Okay.
And in like from 6.0 to 7.0, there are two views of Kronos. One is the navigator view and one is the classic view. Okay.
Okay.
Some videos I will send you after this session. In that you will see the 6.3 version where we have used the classic view. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So basically the navigator view will look like this, and classic
Mhm.
view will look something different. So in that video
Okay.
you can see that view. Okay.
So when you log in, the first thing you see is navigator view directly.
No, see, just wait a minute. I'll sign out. So here in the URL
Oh,
you
okay.
can see the navigator, right?
Okay. Okay.
But classic view is not for 8.1 version. So if you are using the 6.0 to 7.0 versions, then
Mhm.
if you just remove this navigator from here,
Okay.
and if it is just like WSC/logon, then that will be a classic view.
Okay. Okay.
And if you add a navigator here, it will be a navigator view.
Okay.
Got
Got
it?
it.
Yeah. So when you log in into Kronos, the very first thing you should know is the how to find the employee in Kronos. Okay,
Okay.
how to find any employee in Kronos. So to find any employee in Kronos, you need to use the quick find genie. Okay,
Okay.
under genies you'll have the quick find genie. So from here also you can go to quick find, or the
Or you
default.
can on the top.
Yeah, the default genie will be the quick find genie. Yeah.
Okay.
So from here you can find any employee in Kronos, any user in Kronos with his employee ID or the last name of that employee. Okay.
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 Yeah. So how to find that? If you press, like if you put star, that is a asterisk mark, 1 2, and if you just click on this search bar, you will get you will get all the employees who are having 1 2 at the last of their employee ID. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So if you put star 1 2, you will get all the employees who are having 1 2 at the last of their employee ID. Same if you
Mm.
put star, if you remove this star, and if you put 1 2 star, then you will get all the employees who are having 1 2 at the start of their employee ID.
Okay.
Got it?
Okay. If the star is front, we can only see the last two digits of the
No,
employee.
it's not like that. You can put whatever you want, whatever
Okay.
digits. But like if you don't know the employee ID, but you know some of the digits of that employee ID, then you can find like this.
Yeah.
Got it?
Yeah.
Yes.
or if you put star 1 2 3 star, then you'll get all the employees who are having 1 2 3 in their employee ID.
2 3.
It might be anywhere, okay? It might be
Okay.
in the middle, it
Maybe
might
in
be at the last.
middle or the last.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Wherever. Okay.
Okay.
So likewise, you can find any employee in Kronos, or you can
Okay.
find the employee by the last name of that employee as well.
Okay.
Okay. So the next thing, this is, do you have any doubts in this?
Mm. No.
No.
Okay.
Just wanna click on some employee and see what we can find on employee,
Right, right,
like
right.
inside
Yeah, yeah,
employee.
yeah. That is what we are going to do.
Okay.
Okay. So the next thing is how to go to the employee's time card. Okay.
Okay.
So what you need to do is just whatever employee you want to search, you can search that employee. Just click on that employee, and here is the option. Okay, here is the go to tab. So if you click on
Okay.
this go to tab, and here is the time card option. Okay, so just go to, and if you click on time card, you will get redirected to the time card of that employee.
Okay.
Got it?
Okay.
Yeah.
Or else what you can do is you can just double click on this employee, and you will redirect it to the time card of that employee.
Okay.
So once you double click on any employee, you will be here in the time card of that employee, where you can see the employee's time card.
Mhm.
Okay.
And from here you can select the pay period of that employee. Like if you want to see the time card for the previous pay period, you just need to select the previous pay period. Okay. From here you can select the pay period, and you can search for the time card of that employee.
Okay.
So here we are selecting the current pay period. Here you will get the employee information, employee name and employee ID,
Mhm.
and here is the time card of that employee.
Can we edit any of these columns?
Yes, only manager or the super user will have access to edit the time card of any employee.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
where do we send these time cards? I mean, like, do we send these time cards to some managers for approval, or how does this work?
No, no, no. Yeah, we don't need to send these time cards, or we don't need to work on this. See,
Okay.
once the employees are punching onto the devices. Okay, once they come into the organization at the scheduled shift. Okay, they are
Mhm.
punching onto the device. So what will happen
Okay.
is their in punch, when they are punching first time, their in punch gets added to the time card. So
Okay.
data will automatically get populated into their time card.
In punch. Okay. In
Okay.
and out. Okay. For both.
Yeah, in and out
In
data.
punch and out punch. Okay.
Yeah, right. So here you can see the date. Okay, date in
Okay.
the current pay period,
Okay.
and the schedule of that employee. So this employee is scheduled to work from 6 to
Two.
2 p.m. Okay, 6 a.m. in the morning to 2 p.m. in
Okay.
the afternoon. This is the scheduled shift of the employee, which
Okay.
manager will assign. Okay,
Okay.
yeah. So his manager has assigned the shift of 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. to him.
Okay.
So you can see the schedule of that employee here,
Mhm.
and the in time and the out time will be appear over here. Once that employee has punched onto the device, you will get the in time and out time here. So
Okay.
simply you can put here as 6, so that employee, so it will look like this. Okay.
Mhm.
So here is the in time and out time of that employee, not 2, it should
Okay.
be 14.
Mm.
Then here is the transfer. Okay, so you are good with this date, schedule, in and out tab.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Then next one is the transfer tab. So it is for like any employee. So employees will have different departments. Okay, so some employees will have let's say you are an employee and you are working in the IT department. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
but you have some work, so you will be if you are working on IT department, then you will be enrolled onto the IT department's clock or the device. Okay,
Yeah.
but there is a device which is installed on the in the accounts department, and if you have some work on the accounts department and if you are going into accounts department, so you are punching on the accounts department device.
Okay.
So that is a transfer case. Okay,
Okay. Okay.
so
So you'll have a drop down over there.
yeah,
Okay. So whatever departments company is using, we will have a drop down in this transfer option.
right, but employee don't have these options. Okay, they
Okay.
cannot
Employee
edit.
don't have it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they don't have this option, they only can see their time cards.
Okay.
These changes
Yeah. Usually it
only
is
manager.
automatic, right?
Yeah,
Piyush? Usually we cannot. We need not to enter, right?
yeah, we don't have to enter it. Manager
Usually
will,
it automatically.
it
Yeah. Yeah.
will get automatically populated, but only in the case where it is not getting automatically populated and we are getting an issue from employee, then we need to resolve that issue. For that we can edit this.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
Okay,
okay.
so then this is the pay code. So what is a pay code? So pay code is like it will accumulates the hours. Got it? So what is mean by accumulates the hours? So this employee is scheduled to shift work from 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. So if he is working more than 2 p.m., okay, after 2 p.m.
Hmm.
If he is working, so his regular hours are 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. are the regular hours.
Okay.
But if he is working after 2 p.m., then that will be overtime, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So there are some pay codes like regular, overtime. So I'm just giving you the basic pay codes like regular and overtime. But as per the organization, there are many pay codes. Okay.
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 Yeah. So if he's working in the regular shift and he's assigned to, if he's working like from 6 a.m. to 5 p.m. Okay, in the evening, then his schedule shift is 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. So that hours will be calculated under regular pay code. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and the hours after, if he is assigned to some overtime rule, then the hours after 2 p.m. Okay, the 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. 3 hours will be getting calculated into the overtime pay code.
Okay.
Okay, so here it will get split and it will show you like uh, the amount of hours. Okay, so here the pay code will be regular and the amount of hours will be 8 hours or 9 hours, whatever will be the from 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. whatever will be the hours will
Okay.
be in the under regular pay code, and the next 3 hours will be under the overtime pay code. Okay,
Okay.
so likewise these organization will have different pay codes. Okay,
So when you do that extra hours, uh, so the same column splits into two, or there is a different column that adds on that
uh,
same.
different column will get added.
Okay. Okay.
So you also can, I'll show you, just I'll show you. So this is the shift. Okay, 8 hour
Mm-hmm.
shift of that employee and
Mm-hmm.
the period. Okay, it will show you 8 only. So if this employee is punch, here is, you can see only one in time and out time for this date, right?
Yes.
For
Yeah.
22nd of April. But if
Okay.
you are working on like if you have punched if you are in punch at 6 a.m., then out punch at 9 a.m. Again you
Mhm.
punch it at 10 a.m. Again you out punch at 12. Likewise, if you have in and out, many in and out punch, okay,
Okay.
so
Yeah.
that will get added. So the rows will get added over here, okay, for
Okay.
22nd of March. So
Okay.
that will get automatically added as per you enter onto your device, okay.
Okay.
You punch onto your device.
The same thing happens to overtime also.
Yeah,
So number of punches, it adds new rows or columns, or for overtime, it also adds the same.
right. And
Okay.
manager or the super user also can add these rows from here, okay. You just need to click on this add button and a row gets added here, okay.
Okay.
And you can put the in time and out time
It
for that.
normally populates, but in case of any discrepancy or if it doesn't populate, then you will add. You'll have access to add a new row.
Right, correct.
Okay.
Or you can simply delete it from here, okay.
Okay. Okay.
Got the options here.
Mhm.
Yeah, so this is about the time card. Then if you
Okay.
click on this, you'll get some options here, okay, which are the accruals.
Okay.
So uh, now you know about the pay codes, okay, how the pay codes will calculate and what is a pay code, right?
Yes.
So basically it will accumulate the hours.
Mhm.
Then the accruals. So what is meant by accruals? So accruals are the leave balances, okay.
Okay.
Leave balances like the sick hours or the vacation hours. So the sick
Okay.
leaves or the vacation leaves that are assigned to that employee. So that is the
Okay.
accrual. So that
Okay.
accrual you can see over here. For this employee, you can see the accruals over here. So you will
Okay.
have the accrual code and the
Mhm.
accrual amount balance. Okay, the accrual available balance. So this will be in hours. Okay, the accrual unit will be hour. So this
Okay.
employee will have medical needs days as accrual, and this is for 8 hours.
Okay.
Here you can see the accrual balance or the accruals details of that employee.
Okay. It changes from company to company. So it
Changes
depends
from
on companies, right?
right.
Okay.
Some will have vacation hours. Some employees will have sick hours.
Mhm.
That like as per their policies, they have assigned to that accruals.
Okay.
Then the next tab is the debits and credits. Okay.
Okay.
So in the debits and credits, what you will get is you will get how the accruals are getting debited and how the accruals are getting credited. So
Okay.
if that employee's manager have assigned some vacation leaves to that employee, so that is the accruals which are getting credited to that employee's account, right?
Yes. Yes.
So that will get added over here, and you will see all the information regarding that accrual over here.
Okay.
So whether the accrual is credit or debit, and how many
Mhm.
hours are getting credited or debited. Okay,
Okay.
under which accrual code. So that you can see over here. So if that employee has taken some leaves, some vacation leaves from his vacation accrual, then that will
Mhm.
also show you under here under the debits. Okay,
Okay.
like from if he had some 8 hours 8 vacation hours and he has taken 4 vacation hours, so debits will be 4 and the remaining balance will be 4.
4.
Yeah, so likewise you can see over here.
Okay.
Then the next tab is the totals tab. So in the totals tab you will see all the employees amount of hours that he has worked on this time period, okay, in the current pay period, how much hours he has worked, okay.
Okay.
So the
So
total
this
of
current pay period is monthly,
uh,
or
it
it depends
depends.
on fortnightly.
Yeah, it should be for,
Depends on the pay.
yeah, it depends on the organization, whether
Okay.
it
Yeah.
is a weekly, bi-weekly, fortnightly, whatever, okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So under totals tab, you will get all the amount of hours that that employee has worked in the pay period,
Okay.
whatever you select. Okay, the total number of hours you can see. Then the audits tab. So audits and historical correction will be same. So in the audits tab or the historical corrections tab, you will get all the employees data or all the historical corrections that has made into the employees time card. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So if manager has changed some amount of hours or at some particular date, so that all the audit or the historical corrections you can see over here. Okay,
Okay.
under the audit tab.
Okay.
So this is all about the what you can say is the time card of that employee.
Mm-hmm.
So in the time card, there is also one more thing, which is the exceptions. Okay,
Okay.
so there are four types of exceptions in Kronos. So the first one is the unexcused absence. Okay, so when there is an unexcused absence, so if employee see employee needs to be if he has to he if he is going on to a leave or he is going to absent on any particular day, then he has to inform his manager, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But if he is not informing his manager, or if he is not applying it on Kronos application, then
Mm-hmm.
that up and he's like absent on that day, then the date, okay, the date here will be shown in the red text. Okay,
Okay.
if he
Okay.
is absent on that day, unexcused absence, then the date will be in the red text.
Mm-hmm.
Then the second one is the early in or early out, or late in or late out. If
Okay.
he's punching late or he's leaving early any on any particular day, then that in and out time get displayed in a red text. Okay,
Okay.
if he's scheduled to work from 6 to 2 p.m. but he's leaving at 1 p.m. only, then that text will be in the red.
Okay.
Then third one is the missed punch. If that employee has missed his punch, he has not punched onto the device, he's missed it. Then that
Mm-hmm.
in
Okay.
and out time cell will be in the solid red. Okay, the total entire this cell will be in the red.
Mm-hmm.
So you will get to know that if the cell is red, then this is a missed punch.
Okay.
Then the fourth one is the reviewed exceptions. So if that employee, if the manager has reviewed his that employee's exception, then that in and out time will display in green text. Got
Okay.
it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So this is about the exceptions. So do you have any doubts in this time card?
Mm.
No.
Both of you? No?
No.
Shall we move ahead?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the next thing is the people editor. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So where we have all the information, personal information of that employee, and we can edit the personal information of that employee. So this access is only with the super user. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So how to go to the people editor of that employee? See. So if you are in the time card of that employee, so just simply click on this go to. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And here is the option of people editor.
Okay.
Got it? Or in some of the versions of Kronos, you will get the people's option over here. Okay.
Okay.
And you just click on this people and you will get redirected to the people editor of that employee.
Mm-hmm.
So if we click on this, we'll redirect it to the people editor of this employee. So here you will have different tabs. Two tabs you will have here. the persons tab, and the second one is the job assignment tab. Okay,
Okay.
so here you will get all the personal information, and here you will get all the uh, job
Job
related
assignment.
information of that employee.
Okay.
Then the license. Okay, here is the license tab or the license options. Once you click this, you can assign the license to that employee. Just wait a minute, just be online. Hello. 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 Hello.
Yes. Hello.
Anything?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So here is the license tab. Okay. So once you click on license, you can assign the license to the employee or manager or the user. Okay, the Kronos user.
Okay.
So what is this license is for? To have the Kronos web portal access, you need to assign the license to that user. Okay.
Okay.
There are three types of licenses in Kronos. So one is the employee license. Okay, and the second one is the manager license, and third one is the timekeeper license. So timekeeper license is very important license. So to have the Kronos web portal access, you should have the timekeeper license assigned to that user. Okay,
Okay.
and manager will have the access of like the different access. So manager will have the manager license, and the employee will have the employee license. But
Okay.
employee should have, or any user should have both the licenses. Okay, if
So
you want,
both employee license and timekeeper license.
right, employee will
Okay.
have the timekeeper license and employee license.
Okay. Timekeeper is for web portal access, and employer
Employee,
license is to check his time cards and all that stuff.
right. No, it is for
Okay.
time card. The timekeeper license is for time card.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. And in the manager and employee license, you will have the mobile employee or mobile manager or tablet. If they are using the tablet application of Kronos or mobile application of Kronos, then you can assign the uh, that license to them. Okay.
How do we assign the license to the employee?
So you just go to the time card of that, sorry, the people editor of that employee, search that
Okay.
employee, go to the people editor, and from
Mm-hmm.
here you can assign the license. You just need to click
Or
on this,
just
and
click on the tick mark. Okay.
right,
Box.
you can assign the
Okay.
license.
Okay.
So I'll tell you the difference between the employee license and the timekeeper license. Okay, so
Okay.
like the factory workers, okay, the factory workers will only have the employee license access. So
Okay.
if you have given only employee license to any user, then that user will only can punch onto the device. Okay, he only can punch in and out on the device, but he cannot have access of web portal to see his time card. Got it?
Okay.
So,
Yes, got it.
Okay.
like the factory
Only
employee.
manager and supervisor can have the web portal access.
Right, right. But the employee, the office employees, okay, the office employees
Mm-hmm.
will have, you need to
Okay.
assign both licenses to them, the timekeeper and the employee, because
Okay.
they will also punch onto the device, and they will also see their time cards on the, they should have the web portal access as well. Okay,
Okay. Okay.
so you should assign both the license to them, the timekeeper license and the employee license. You got the difference between these two?
Yes. It,
Yeah, we can see only one license there, right? And as of now, okay,
Yeah.
timekeeper
so
and
basically,
manager.
it
Okay,
depends upon the
okay,
type of employees. If it's like a office worker, he'll have only employee license where he can punch the card.
Mhm.
And for normal employee, I mean, like he'll have both employee license and timekeeper license
So
because
yeah,
he can also check his
time
time
card
card through
by,
timekeeper
by
license.
logging.
Okay.
If you provide
Well,
the
by
time,
logging.
yeah, if you provide the timekeeper license, then you should also provide him the user
Employee.
credentials to log in.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is all about the licenses.
Okay.
Then in the persons tab, you will get all the information, the personal information of that employee, where the employment status, the hire
Mhm.
date of that employee, the accrual profiles which is assigned to that employee. Okay, the accrual
Okay.
profiles is, there are different accrual profiles. In that, there are different accruals are associated with these different accrual profiles. Okay,
Okay.
that profile,
And
yeah,
one more question. I'm sorry to interrupt you.
yeah.
How do we provide user credentials? Where do we provide it? I mean, like, how do we generate user credentials?
Okay, okay. That also I will cover in the next thing. Okay, in the
Okay.
people later only we'll cover it.
Okay.
Yeah. So the accrual profile will be here. Okay, the manager of this employee, name of manager of this employee will be here in the
Okay.
person summary. Okay, then
Okay.
the, if you click on this general information, you will have all the general information of that employee,
Okay.
and you can edit the general information. You can edit the name of that employee, the first name,
Mm-hmm.
last name, short name, the employee ID of that employee, birth date and hire date. Okay, everything will be here. You can
Okay.
change the status from your active to inactive, inactive to active.
Okay.
In
It's like a
approve.
database for with all the employee details where employee can search through the web portal.
Right.
Okay.
Here in the approvals and reviewers. So if this employee needs some leave or he needs some approval, so how many levels of approval he should have?
Okay.
Okay. So if you are an employee and you have your team lead,
Mhm.
okay, and after your team lead you have your manager. So
Yes.
if you are going on a leave, so you should have apply for a leave on portal, and it should be approved. The first level of approval will be your team lead, and the second level of approval will be your manager, right?
Manage. Yes.
So likewise, you can assign the approval level here, and who will be the approver. Okay,
Okay.
you can simply add it from here, and you can remove it from here.
Okay. It
Got it?
depends on the project. It depends on the manager.
Right, right. How many levels of approval you have?
Okay.
Yeah. In the biometrics, you will have all the biometric data of that employee. Okay.
Okay.
And the next one is the accruals, and I will only give you the idea about the important tabs. Okay.
Okay.
So in the accruals and leave, you will have the accrual, which accrual profile is assigned to that employee. So if you want to know, if you want to search for some employees accrual profile, so from here you can search. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
if you want to know the accrual profile for this employee, you just simply go to the employees people editor, and from
Okay.
here if you go to the persons tab and accruals and leaves, and you will get the accrual profile which is assigned to that employee, or you can change the profile from here.
Okay.
Okay. Then the additional information. In the additional information, the schedule of that employee and the manager. Okay, to which
Mm-hmm.
manager he is assigned. So that information you'll get here. These are not some important tabs here. So after this persons tab, the important tab is the job assignment. Okay.
Okay.
So here you will have all the job related information, like
Mm-hmm.
the primary job or the labor account. So do you know what is a labor account?
No, I don't.
Okay. Uh, Ajit, right?
Yes.
And
Anil.
Atul,
Anil.
Anil. Okay. You also don't know.
No, I don't
Uh,
know.
okay. So the labor account is like, if let's say Infosys is an organization, okay, and
Okay.
Infosys is situated in India, in US, okay. So
Mm-hmm.
in US it is situated in California.
Okay.
So, and in California there might be some different locations, and in that location there might be some different departments, okay.
Okay.
So where you are working. So if you are working in Infosys, US, California, and some location and some department, okay.
Okay.
So that will be the labor account. So this HOU is for the organization.
Okay.
So generally there is the maximum level of labor account will be 7 level of labor account, okay.
So, I have a question here. I mean, like, so accounts might be different companies also, right? So
Right.
basically, Infosys has a different account with Citibank. So Infosys works for Citibank. So
No,
that's a
no,
Citibank account.
no, it's not related to your bank account.
No, not bank. I'm talking about the company.
Yeah.
So Infosys works for. So Infosys is the implementation partner, and the end client is Citi. So
No,
that
no,
might be
no,
the.
no. It's not like that.
Okay.
It's like you are working for Infosys, right?
Okay.
Then Infosys, which location, which state, which country? Okay, US.
Oh,
So
United States.
right.
Okay.
So this first level is for the organization. The second level is for the country. Then the third level
Okay.
is for the state. Then in the state
Okay.
where you are working, their location. Then your
Okay.
department and your sub department. Okay. So likewise, there are
Okay. Okay. Okay.
maximum
I got it.
seven level of labor account.
Okay.
So you can add up to 7 levels here.
Okay. Now I got it. Okay.
Got it?
Yes. Yes.
So this is assigned to every employee.
Mm-hmm.
So from here you can find it.
Oh, it may be so maximum is 7 levels and less. So it can be less also,
It can
right?
be less, but maximum is 7 level.
Seven. Okay.
And to create, so you only have to create these labor accounts in Kronos. Okay.
Okay.
From the setup, you need to create the labor accounts in Kronos. So when you are creating the labor accounts, make it blank, but you should have 7. All the 7 have selected. Okay. It should be one time,
Okay.
and you need to select all the 7. And like if you are not using all the 7, still you need to select all the 7, and you just
So it'll be zeros.
yeah, rest will be zeros, the rest will be blank.
Okay.
Okay.
So is there any
If
particular way that we can create a labor account? I mean, like, or how do we do that?
that is from the setup tab. Okay, that will
Okay.
cover like
Okay.
in the next session or the after that.
Okay. Okay.
Then the time zone, the base wage on which you are assigned. Okay, the
Okay.
pay rule. So what is a pay rule? So different types of rules are associated with payroll. Okay, your meal
Mhm.
penalty, your meal breaks, then the accrual profile which is assigned to you, the pay codes which are assigned to you. So all these different rules are associated with the pay rule. Okay, that
Okay.
are contained into the pay rule, and that pay rule is assigned to you.
Okay.
There are many types of rules which is assigned to your profile, and that will be merged into a rule called pay rule. Got it?
Okay.
Yeah. Then uh, device group will like we'll see in the next session. Okay, the next session
Okay.
will be on the devices only.
Okay.
Tomorrow it will have, and it will on the devices. Then
Okay.
the schedule and the schedule group you can see here. Then in the
Okay.
primary account we'll have here the primary labor account, then time zone, then reports to. Okay, this employee will report to whom? So
Okay.
here you can select the manager of that employee.
Okay.
Then in the timekeeper you will have all the timekeeper information of that employee, like which payroll is assigned to that employee and the wage profile. Okay, from here you
Okay.
can select the device group of that employee.
Mhm. So, what are the most important areas that the Kronos consultants work? I mean, like
Time
time card
card, people editor.
editor.
It is as per the as per your project. Actually,
Okay.
here the training is only on the basics, so where you should have the idea about how Kronos will look like, and where you need to search the employee, and how to go to the employee's time card, or how to go to the employee's people group. Okay,
Okay. Okay.
so this is the only basic training. Once you go on to the project, once the project is assigned to you, then we'll assign
Mm.
you the support. Okay, so
Okay.
with the help of the support, you'll get to know all the things, or,
Okay.
or your tasks.
Okay.
So if any overtime rule is getting assigned to that employee, then in the personal overtime you will have that rule which is assigned to that employee. Okay, you
Okay.
can add a rule from here, a overtime rule, if you want to add some overtime rule for that employee.
Okay.
Then in the scheduler you can assign the schedule of that employee. Okay, whether the
Okay.
employee needs to work on which shift. Okay, second shift, first shift, or whatever, and the start date and the end date of that particular shift.
Okay.
Okay. So in the access profiles, you can assign different access profiles to that employee. So the different access profile are like the function access profile and the display access profile. So what is a function access profile? So once the employee login into the application, what all access or what all are the things he has access to. Okay,
Okay.
and the display profile means once that employee logs into the Kronos, what all are the things that he can see. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so that is under the function access profile and the display profile. So
Can you click the drop down? Can I see the options? What
yes,
options do they have there?
yes, yes. It is different. Like there are many function access profile and display access profiles created.
Okay.
Okay, in the Kronos application. So you also can create a new one,
Mm-hmm.
or already created will be also here. Okay,
Okay.
like the super access is for super users,
Mm-hmm.
default is for employees.
Okay.
So if there is any employee, and if you assign the function access profile as super access, then employee will have the super access, so he can have all the employees time card access and all the manager time card access, everything he will have.
Okay.
Okay, so that will be a problem.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but Kronos consultant will have almost all the accesses,
So
right?
that is a
Because he's using
yeah, yeah,
super
that is
user.
a super access.
Okay.
Okay. This is not the important tab. Then the next one is the
Employee self-service.
just be honest. Just wait a minute. So do you have any questions till now?
Yeah, I mean, like I had like couple of questions, but you said you'll discuss it in next class. Like, how do we provide user credentials and how do we create a labor account? Apart from that, I think I understood like the basics.
Okay. So to create an account, see, already we have all the accounts. Like from HRMS system, we'll get all the data. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
And here we'll create the account. So if they are using the SSO, so do you know the SSO?
Secure.
No, it's single sign on.
Okay, single sign. Okay.
So what is a single sign on? I'll tell you. So if any organization is using HRMS tool, and on the HRMS side, if they are using the Oracle or the Oracle SCM or the PeopleSoft, okay,
Mm-hmm.
so that employees will have the PeopleSoft access as well, and they are
Okay.
using, and on the time and attendance side they are using Kronos, and all the on the payroll side they are using ADP payroll. So that employee will have three different web access, three different login credentials, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
So every time if they are using, like they want to see their some HR data, then they have to go to some another link from, like they have to go to the PeopleSoft link, and they need to put their credentials, and they need to log in, they can see their
Oh,
HR.
instead of logging in three different places, they can log in at one
Correct.
single place.
They can log in at one single place. They just can log in into the HRMS side, their PeopleSoft, and in the
Soft and
PeopleSoft
ADP payroll.
login only, they will have access of the Kronos and ADP payroll. So if they click
Okay.
on the Kronos link, they will redirect it to their Kronos account without putting their password and user ID and password. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So that is a single sign on. So that also we can do it, or else we can create account from here. So from in the Kronos also we can create account. So user ID and password will be appear over here. So only super user can create this.
Okay.
And after creating this, we need to give them the temporary password. So once they put the temporary password and log into Kronos, they will redirect it to the password change page.
Okay.
Okay. That how to create that I will show you tomorrow. Okay, in the next
Okay.
session I
Sure.
will show you how to
Okay.
create the accounts, or the user ID and password in Kronos.
Okay.
And any doubts till now? Then any other doubts?
It's okay.
I'm
Okay.
good.
Okay. So I'll give you some videos and some PDFs to read it.
Mm-hmm.
Just
Okay.
go through it. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
So are we done today or
Yeah, we are done today, and we'll cover the uh, in tomorrow. We'll cover the next session on devices. Okay.
devices and this account creation and user and
Right. Right.
credentials creation?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So at what time do we have class tomorrow?
The same time will be fine.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Thanks for your time.
Yeah.
Thank
Thank you.